So by now we know that all women are victims. They have no agency when it comes to sexual intercourse with a man or another woman, for that matter. You know, it's always her being victimized. She has no say at all in the sexual act. You know, she is there and she's raped because all women are raped. When is it going to be 100 out of 100 women are raped? Well, with more stories like this propagandist bullshit. Well, we'll get there eventually, won't we? This is in Rolling Stone magazine. Didn't they do the... No. It's down the memory hole, isn't it? The headline is a screamer, people. 3 million women. 20% of women living today in the United States say their first sexual encounter was rape. 1 out of 5. Isn't that interesting? But of course, the Rolling Stone article, the author said, but that number is most likely higher because we have vivid imaginations. We can make up all kinds of bullshit. And the feminists will just lap it up like warm milk to a kitty. Says here, had the sample included women over the age of 45, the numbers would probably be at least twice as high, says the author of the study. When it comes to assessing the prevalence of sexual assault, and again, I've said it a million fucking times, and I will keep saying it. Sexual assault is not rape. Rape is a form of sexual assault. Not all sexual assault is rape. It's defined as icky stuff, a grab in the butt or, a rub up against the chick on a dance, but it's not rape, as Matt Damon said, and he was vilified. Had the feminazis had a guillotine, his head would have been on a fucking plate. You can't say that one thing is worse than the other. It's all the same. Bullshit. We do know, for example, that sexual assault is underreported, but we don't know by how much. How do we know if it's not reported? Author, how? You just pulling this out of your ass? Well, everybody knows that. Well, everybody knows the wage gap is true, right? When it's not. Sexual assault is way underreported, and that's particularly true for incidents that fall in the gray area of sexual assault, such as coercive sex or partner rape. A new study, however, is attempting to propagandize this bullshit, shed light on the prevalence of one specific type of sexual assault. And in doing so, underscores just how little we know about sexual assault rates in general. Whoa, come on now. This study concentrates on one specific. But now let's generalize to everything. Because that's what feminists do. See, facts and data, we don't need any of that. We have feelings. That's all that matters. So in the same sentence, we're going to look at one specific type. And then we're going to generalize it to the... Oh my God. Oh dear. So according to the study in the Journal of American Medicine, Internal Medicine, it surveyed more than 13,300 women between the ages of 18 and 45 across the United States from 2011 to 2017. And they found approximately 1 in 16 women, or about 6% of women. So wait a minute, 13,310 would be 1,330. Half of that would be 600 and something. So these 700 women were victimized, and now it's 1 in 16. I'm sorry. Is my math wrong? 700 times 10 would be 7,000, times 100 would be 70,000, times 1,000 would be 700,000. 1 in 16. Wow. Okay. I guess I don't have my calculator. Even though I'm an engineer, I still need a calculator. Okay, it says 6% of women surveyed. Keep in mind the number, 650, reported that their first sexual encounter was not consensual, which the study refers to as forced sexual initiation. So it says, of the women who said their first sexual encounter was not consensual, 56% said they were verbally pressured into having sex, while 25% say they were subject to violence. So I don't think anyone would disagree. If you threaten or perform violence on somebody and have sex, that's rape. No one is disagreeing with that. But 56, almost 60% of these women in the survey. Now, let me just, pull out my math card here. 60% by 300 women. There are 150 million women in the United States. So now we're going to extrapolate 300 women to the entire population of females in the United States. I could go all day about flaws in this bullshit study, but my God, 25% of these women, 150, were raped. 56% were verbally pressured. What exactly does that mean? Oh, baby, come on. You know you want to do it with me. Oh, baby, I'm going to be gone forever. If you don't do it now, you'll never see me again. Is that what we're talking about? Evidently, it's broken up into two things: violence and words. Now, in the case of violence, the woman probably didn't have a say. We're talking duct tape, we're talking horrible shit, right? Threatened with violence, or violence was performed upon her to have sex with her. But almost 60% say they were verbally pressured with words. Okay, let's just look at the 60%. If there was no pressure, violence pressured upon you, knives, guns, duct tape, chloroform, roofies, if that is the case, 56% of these women, they agreed to have sex. They made a decision to fuck whatever loser they were fucking or were going to fuck. They made the decision. But yet another study is going to take away all agency from women. Oh, no. It's 3 million women were raped. How we get to the sample size of 3 million from 300, actually 150, who said there was violence involved. How exactly do we get that? Now, I'm no statistical genius here, guys. I hated statistics for the most part. But, there is a minimum number of survey respondents that you need to extrapolate to a certain confidence level. I'm not sure anyone is going to say we interviewed 150 women between the ages of 15 or 18 and 45. 150 out of the population of 150 million people. And you can extrapolate that to 3 million? What the fuck? Hey, if you're a statistics expert, please in the comments, go ahead and tell me where I'm wrong. But I'm not making it. Doesn't make any sense, right? So it was this Dr. Laura Hawkes, the head author of the study, and a research fellow at the Cambridge Health Institute in Cambridge, Massachusetts, says that the study was prompted by a paucity of research on the pervasiveness of sexual assault. Again, here we go. Now we're talking about sexual assault, but what they want you to think with your Pavlovian training is rape. Quote, there's been a lot of increased conversation in the past few years about the prevalence of sexual violence in our country. Define that. But existing studies don't always have a large number of participants. A large number? What? 150 in this study of over 13,000 claimed they were raped. How in the world do you extrapolate that to the general population? Dr. Hawkes, did you fail your statistics class? I know I did. How about you? It goes on to say it's also not shocking that a first-time, non-consensual sexual encounter could be associated with its own form of trauma, Quote, "We live in a culture that glorifies the concept of virginity only among women." Dr. Hawks. Not among men. I wonder who shames men for not having sexual experience. That's right, women are always victims. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Quote, "While sexual violence is traumatic at any point, you can imagine because of these societal pressures that women who experience rape as their first sexual encounter could experience amplified risks later on in life." Yeah. Most men, if we're going to shame women, shame them into staying virgins. So where is the societal pressure telling women they should be whores? I don't even know. To sum it all up, I can understand why a first sexual encounter would not be, it's not storybook, right? It's not Prince Charming on the horse with the carriage and flowers and beds of roses and all kinds of shit everywhere. It's usually a couple of teenagers in the back of a freaking car, drunk and fucking. Not necessarily the best experience. But to classify that as rape? Bullshit. Women have agency, but they don't have responsibility. See. So we have 600 women who were verbally raped. And now 3 million, 20% of the female population were raped the first time they had sex. I really would like to have someone explain to me how that is even possible. How you can bend the survey to show what you want. Conveniently, it's 1 out of 5. Oh, God, I'll put the link below. James Maxwell, thank you for listening.